Welcome back to Train Revival. Today we've got a 671 turbine. This one, first glance, just looks like the 1946 model. You can tell because there's no switch on top. But this is actually a 671R. Just like in my last video, I got the whistle tender here. You can tell because it's got the wire coming out. And there's the radio receiver on the bottom. There is the remnants of the sticker that would have said Lionel Electronic. This one's in really nice shape, actually. The wheels are a little bit stiff, but they're turning. Not a crazy amount of miles on this one. The thing is, it does not run. I tried it. It doesn't run. All I get is a headlight and an E-unit click. So I'm hoping a little bit of cleaning, and this one will come right back around. I want to get it to work just like the other one. The tender does work. The whistle turns over, and the E-unit, I can hear the receiver clicking, which means it is cycling the E-unit, and that is actually a different button than my other 671R. So what I've got here on my layout are two 671, if I can get this one running. I've got two 671Rs that E-unit cycles with different buttons, which means I have two independent command-controlled turbines from the 1940s. Yeah, this will be pretty cool. This one does not run. It's in really nice shape, so I'm hoping some basic maintenance will get it around. I am a little bit suspicious that there's no brushes in it, because I did poke it around, but yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I believe this is rare, because there's a little secret. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that is a red brush plate. Yep. Red brush plate 46. I believe that makes this rare. My friend Cole's Trains tells me that the red brush plate is rare, and this is most likely a dealer model, so this one was in the train store window running. But these turbines, very, very simple locomotives, so I'm sure I can get it running one way or another. And if not, I have parts. I have lots of turbine parts. I got a spare motor, spare headlight parts. I got a spare chassis for a 46 turbine, so I should be able to get this guy going. Okay, there's that. And here you go. All of you that have never seen inside a 671R radio locomotive, here it is. Money shot. Boom. Just a 46 turbine. And look at how filthy she is. Holy crap. Let me stand up. You can see inside the shell, you see all that rust and smoke deposits and stuff. Yeah, I think this one was run heavy for a couple years. Smoked a lot. You know, you want to show off the cool features of a brand new Lionel. And then they put it up in a box and never ran it again. And you can see that shiny red brush plate right there. If that makes this one more valuable, let me know in the comments if you know anything about it. I think it's rare, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't been doing this my whole life. The diagnosis is that the headlight works, which means we have no shorts, and the E-unit, the transmission right here, it clicks, which means that it is trying to cycle. I can see right here though that it is filthy. I mean, like, disgustingly filthy. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to clean up the E-unit and inspect the brushes, and then we'll put it back on the track and see what it does, because it'll probably just run. Like I said, these 46 turbines are very, very simple and very easy to get running again. A 46 turbine was my first ever locomotive that I worked on a couple years ago, and I still have it, and it still runs like a little champ. The E-units being sideways here leaves a little bit to be desired for reliability. Now I have another question for anybody who knows anything about Lionel motors with the red brush plate. This one has the oil port. See that little hole right there? That's for oiling your motor shaft. And the regular 46 turbine does not have this. So is this a later version just for the radio set that has that port but it's still horizontal motor? I don't know. That's what I think. I don't know. Leave a comment if you know anything about it. Oh yeah, that's bad. That is terrible, buddy. What is that? It's like battery acid looking stuff. What did you put in the smoke unit? What is that? I remember a clip of a video of Cole cleaning up an engine. I don't think it was a turbine, but he was being a baby about, oh, it's so rusty. Is this one in a flood? And it's like nothing on it. And I'm like, Cole, look at this freaking thing. Yeah, look at that, perfect. Look at that, Cole. And yours is so bad. Come on, man. I can get anything working. Okay, what was I doing? Because I was a little bit worried there wasn't any brushes in here, because I touched it with wires and nothing even happened. Oh no, there's a brush. Oh, ooh, filthy but healthy. That's the thing. Yeah, I think this being a dealer display that only ran for a year or two would be a fairly reasonable guess. I think that motor is filthy. It hasn't turned in a long, long time. Can I have that? Oh, that looks much better under there. Let's just look under there and not at the drive shaft. Let's just look under there. Yeah. Okay, give me the smoke unit here. Give me that smoked bulb. Give it to me. Nope. Leave a comment if you think I'm gonna break a wire here before I'm done. So I'm gonna scrape all the gunk out of. There's a screw here. See? So what you do is you scrape all the gunk out of there, and then if you want, you put some juice on it, and then you try to get it out. But I think these will come out, because I want to see that drive shaft. There it goes. Oh yeah, it's just the head that's bad. Okay, there's our screws. They're not too bad. They're just kind of rough on top. Yeah, it was definitely the front ones that were worse. There we go. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Oh yeah, it doesn't look as bad on camera, but that's pretty bad. Yeah, you don't want that. Oh, look how nice it is underneath where the oil was splashing. Some old grease there. Yeah, I'll scrape all that off. Some old dried grease. A little bit more rust. Okay, I think the flapper is coming out, guys. I didn't want to, but it's coming out. And then, ugh. Yep. Okay. Well, now I can see what I'm working at. There it goes. There is our bearing block and our drive shaft. Why were you such a fuss to get out? Oh yeah, I had some old grease. Oh yeah, had some old grease packed in there. That's what it was. Normally I don't like to do this, what I'm about to suggest, but this might be a good candidate for a soapy water bath. Okay, well here's the deal first. I kind of want to see if that motor will turn. Yeah, I'm going to take it apart completely, and then I'm going to clean the E unit, the transmission. And then I'm going to, if that all works, I'll soapy water bath the chassis here with minus the truck, so I'll take those off too. And then we'll go from there. There's your roller pickups assembly. You don't need to take it apart any more than that. Okay, I'm going to fire up the soldering iron and desolder all this wiring mess. You never want to take apart an E unit if you can help it, because if you haven't seen it in my last video, they're a pain in the butt. Yeah, so it's just one of those things you don't do if you don't have to. Hopefully it doesn't make me have to here. Usually this has been enough. Okay, I'm gonna go put it on the track and see what it does. Got a little excited, walked away without my brushes. You're gonna need these. Oh my god, yeah, there's lots of life left in those brushes for me. Okay, I'll be right back. Motor runs. So, I'm going to finish taking it apart 100%, and I'm going to give it the old soapy water with the toothbrush on the chassis, just because that's really rough. So, got the soldering iron heating up, and I'll just finish taking it apart on camera, and then I'll clean it and come back. This is kind of, there you go. Two little rubber washers. They go right here and right here. Okay, that insulates the screw from the positive plate of the pickup rollers. So that way your whole chassis doesn't short circuit. These little plastic rubber pieces are very, very important. So if you do this at home, you have to save those tiny washers, or otherwise you'll have to hand make them. Little rattly, but I mean, nothing wrong here. Do I have any loose wheels? No. 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 Okay. I've got several other turbines that have loose. They get loose. The wheels, they get loose because these are big engines and they go around those sharp 031 curves, you know, that came in the sets, or even the 027. These came in 027 sets too. I mean, not the 671Rs, but they came in 027 sets, and those are really tight for these. I mean, 8 driving wheels here. I guess I can take off the connection rods. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And I'll just go boom. And then we're done. Yep. Just like this here. There you go. Clean enough. It's not gonna rust much more anyway. So sit this off to the side and let it soak a little while. And then you're all set. Okay. I'm gonna clean all this rust sand up, and then I'm going to take this outside with some soapy water and a toothbrush, kind of get in all those crevices, and then I'll take the air compressor and shoot it all dry, because you don't want to leave these wet. I don't want to chance any rust. So, okay, I'll see you when that happens. So probably in a couple days. This is after the bath of the chassis. Look at how beautiful this thing came out. Yeah, it is just very, very clean. All of the junk came off, almost all of it, just a little bit down in there in the grease way, but it looks almost, I wouldn't say brand new, but it's in very, very good shape. I don't think, is there any loose wheels? Turbines have a problem with their wheels getting loose because they have this wide wheelbase here, and then you fling it around a corner, it's hard on them. So, no loose wheels. And I have tested off-screen the motor. I got the E-unit to cycle, and the motor does run, I believe, in both directions. So I'm going to continue on with this project. It's been, to you watching, it's been 5 seconds, but to me it's been about 2 weeks since I worked on this project. This is the drive axle. Bunch of old grease coming off this thing. And this is just a standard wet wipe. Usually I let these dry out, and then I just put rubbing alcohol on them, but this is going to be fine. Gears look okay. So, yeah, we're just going to keep chugging on this little project. Drive shaft back in. This is LaBelle 106. It's a special grease, synthetic grease. If you do anything with model trains, you know what this stuff is. So, I like to pack it. If you've seen any of my, if you've seen any of my last videos, you know that I like to over-grease things. I don't know why, I haven't had any motors complain about having too much grease, so. And then this guy just goes right there. This is that really rusty plate. I just attacked it with a green Scotch pad and then covered it in oil, and we're just gonna see. It's not spotless or anything, but I think it'll be okay. Does it go like this? Here's the flapper. Screw here, screw there, and I got the spring. These have to be cleaned up. But all this is a little flimsy metal plate right there. And it goes up to the smoke. This is a smoke bulb. All it is, the way these smoke, is they use one of these. It's just a big light bulb. See that? It's just a big light bulb with a little, you see that dent in it? Like a kid's head. I don't know if I could say that on YouTube. See that little dent in it right there? All you do is you drop your pellet in, and this light bulb will get so hot that that'll melt and then evaporate. So all it does is go in there, and I'll clean all that out when I get there. But this flapper just goes down here, and it And as the wheels go by, it gets turned up like that. So puff, 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 and you'll see puffs of smoke out the top. So this has to be cleaned up. The 46 ones in particular, they're not real good smokers. The one I just bought from Cole, which should be the last video to you guys, that one is the best smoker I've ever seen. That is the best 46 smoker I've ever seen. So they don't usually smoke that well. Maybe I haven't cleaned these enough on mine. I don't know. Do you guys oil your flappers? Let me know in the comments. Smoke pellets were toxic, the early ones. Did you know that? The early smoke pellets were toxic until they changed the formula in whatever year. I don't know. And our spring, how does the spring go? Do you guys remember which way the spring went? I don't. Oh, good luck getting a replacement of this spring. This little sticking out bit, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little, it's just a stick, and then it's got a 90-degree angle. That goes in this little hole here, I think. And that goes up there. Then you take a screw right through it. First you got to get it in position though, and that's the tricky part. Like I almost ran my first 46. I almost just ran without the flapper. I almost gave up on it. And then when I finally got it all together, it barely puffed. So it's almost not. I'm not gonna say it's not worth it, but it's almost. Oh, I gotcha. Okay, that's the hardest part to put back together. Might have to do some wiggling. There it goes. Okay. Now, do not forget these tiny plastic washers. Okay, they go right in the middle of those holes, right there. Okay. If you forget these, you'll have a short and the engine won't run. It took me a long time to figure that out on my first one. And these guys go back on. Kind of tight. You don't want to do it too tight because you'll crack the plastic, but if it's not tight enough, the pickups will wobble back to side. This one's okay now, but just something to pay attention to. Okay, we have pickupage. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere here. I forgot the bearing blocks for the drive shaft down there. No wonder the wheels weren't turning freely. Grease that hole. Hashtag grease that hole. Now, are you just going to want to fall into place for me, please? Oh. Yes. Yes. That's what you want. Oh, and then we got flappage. A tiny, tiny bit right there. Oops. Tiny bit right there. Tiny bit right there. And right there. And a tiny bit up here. Look at that. That's what we're talking about. E-unit is good. Motor time. This is a red brush plate, and to my knowledge, they only made red brush plates in 1946. But at the same time, the 1946 motors did not have that oil port right there. See that? They didn't have that. So is this a later model, or is this the red brush plate specially for dealers that knew they were going to run them a lot, so they built that from the factory like that? I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. You guys don't comment on my videos. You guys just watch them. All I have to do is solder that little squiggly wire right there. And then, that's all it needs. It'll run. International Delight Iced Coffee. Mocha. Review. Ooh. Oh, it's sugar. Cheers, folks. Hey, that's not bad. While we wait for that iron to heat up, I figure I'll give you a little story time with Uncle Nate. So, the other day I was browsing eBay like I always do, and saw a 1946 turbine almost exactly the same as this one. Guy wants $150 for it. After shipping, that's like $175. And he made me an offer for it for $125. Now that's $150 after shipping. It's a lot of money. That's too much for a turbine for me, especially a 46 one. So I said screw it. I sent him an offer, a counter offer with $80. 80. So there's another turbine on the way now. No, I'm kidding. He said no. But moral of the story is if they're taking a best offer, you send him an offer. Screw it. Because what worst he can say is no, right? It's not like he's in your face saying F you. Worst he can say is no. So if you want something on Evil Bay, make him an offer for it. What you think it's worth and what you're willing to pay for it. Because I've found some people just want to get rid of things. You know, there's a lot of numbers that go on in business. Okay, and I'm just using toy trains, but this could go for anything. If you want to sell something, you have to know several different numbers. You have to know, and you have to know what it is. You have to know the market price for this thing. You have to know the condition of what yours is in, and you have to know what a buyer is willing to pay for it. I mean, just because you have a cream of the crop Lionel 2026, that doesn't mean it's worth any more than, I don't know, $70. I mean, it's just still just you have to know what it is. It's still just a 2026, you know. So that's how I came across this 2025. It's actually sitting right behind the camera, right here. It's a little now it's dirty, been sitting in someone's attic or something, but everything's there. And I've sent him $20, and he took it. So this will be in an upcoming episode if you want to see it. But you see that running like it is $80, $100 maybe. So some people just want to get rid of things. So send that low ball if you're thinking about it. And they packaged it really well too. So that is a beautiful 1947 2025 that's been staring at me when I record all these videos, just waiting his turn. Leave a like on the video if you want me to tackle that 2025. That's the end of Nate's non-fictional storytelling. Thanks for listening. Now, I'm sorry for taking you away from the action, but I have to bring that towards me so I can make that a good solder, alright? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, okay? I want to show you every little thing I do, but you guys have to bear with me, okay? I have to do an okay job most of the time. It's on there good enough. If it doesn't run, I'll know why. Yeah, I have to turn this towards me, but I'm just going to put this screw right there to hold the E unit up. And then we can go test it on the track, actually, after that. So, I always do this the right way. With shrink wrap tubing and something nice. I'm not going to do that. Because I have a life, and this is hence the reason this video took 2 weeks. I have things to do, so and it's not like I'm selling these, so yet I'm not selling them yet. Run your trains, guys. Otherwise, you have to clean them and do what I'm doing. Oil in there. I know. I flooded it already, I know. But I just want to make sure that there's good oil in there. Because there's the one place I can oil is there, so I want to do it. Let's have a look at those brushes, eh? What is that noise? I don't know what that noise is. I'm gonna oil this little flapper. I don't know. How can that hurt? Oh, I forgot to oil the wheels. Don't let me forget to oil the wheel bearings before I go test this. Probably won't be able to see on camera, but I'm just going to take a Q-tip with some alcohol and just reach in there and kind of clean up what I can of that armature. It's fresh too. Like, it's not that old. There's just oil everywhere on the motor. Why? Why? Don't over tighten these screws here, because if they're too tight, you'll crack the motor plate and you're done. Buy a new motor plate, 20 bucks. Haha. We're almost to testing. I'm getting a little excited, guys. Tight, tight. Four-wheel drive engaged. Brushes. Wet wipe, brush. Nice to meet you. They're really not that bad. They're really healthy looking brushes. That's good enough. You can go back in now. Oh! It almost sprung all over the place. Huh? Let's go test it. You didn't remind me. Quick. This is my preferred technique right here. Goes like this. These are bearings surfaces here, so they have to be cleaned and oiled too. Ah, there's so much in these little turbines, man. But we're almost there, guys. We're really almost there. And these also have to be tight. I mean, like tight, because they'll fly out, and then you'll lose them on your big layout. Yeah, they'll fly out, and then you'll have to track down. Okay, what side of the track would it have flown out on? Okay, where was the last time I've seen it? Okay, now where? It's just something you don't want to do. So, get you a wrench. I think these are a 1/4-inch socket, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I just use a monkey wrench, adjustable wrench. Get you a wrench and tighten these good, because you don't want them flying out. Here, these screws like to get rusty a lot. I don't know why. Just on most turbines, these screws on the side rods, they're just always rusty. I don't know why. It's kind of ugly. I wish there was a better way to get in there and clean those. Like the inside of the groove there. But I don't have a way for you. Sorry. Buy replacements. They're cheap. Nope. $7 after shipping from Trains. We love Trains though. Trains.com. We love Trains.com. But man, if you just need one of these screws, it costs you like $7. Ask me how I know. It's because I had to buy one. I can hear the dog snoring off camera right now, guys. I can hear him. Poor little guy. Such a long day of work. Drip some oil in there. Okay, other side. Alright, here she is down on the track. This is just to see if it'll move. It doesn't have the light or anything, so we won't see anything. But that claw should move, and it should move. Oh, it derailed. It derailed. It's because there's no weight in the front. Oh, derailed. Okay, well, it's trying. It's trying. Let me lock it in forward and let it run a little bit. Okay, now we're stuck in forward gear. Right? Yep, okay. I think I just want to let it run a little bit. When's the last time it ran? Ooh. Maybe we have to run in reverse. boy. Yeah, there's no weight in the front due to that headlight being gone. That big heavy thing, so. You see that flapper trying to flap? Running very smoothly though. Need some weight in that front. Okay, I'm gonna let it run a little bit, and then we'll go back on the workbench and put the rest of it back together. So, update. It runs. It runs okay. It's got torque. It smokes. The motor was smoking. I took it off camera and I ran it up close to my face, and the motor was smoking. So, I think some of that, I think I put too much oil in there and it's leaking onto the motor. So, I'm gonna clean those brushes again. But I want to put the headlight on so I can get this together and get most of this video done. But I'm going to have to clean the brushes and the motor again because I over-oiled it. That's on me. You guys know how I am. So let's do the easy stuff before I lose my mind. I mean, this, you just take a wet wipe and it'll all come off most of the time. I mean, you don't want to take any chemical. It's glass. You don't want to take anything to it, you know. 18 volts. Were all these headlights with the dish, were they all 18 volts or were some 14 volts? Or were some of them 14 volts? Because I feel like that one that Cole brought, I bought from Cole, is just brighter. I feel like it's a 14 volt. It goes right there. Make sure you're not pinching on the flapper. I didn't see it move, so we should be okay. There, right there. Alright, I'm going to go test it one more time. Okay. It runs, it lights, it smokes. I'm going to do just some more little things like cleaning and oiling these wheels here on the trucks and putting those back on, but you guys know how that goes. It's just one screw, so you don't have to see that. And I'm going to clean out this motor one more time with alcohol and trying to get, I think there's oil on the motor. It keeps it just, and it runs really well in reverse. Flawlessly in reverse, but it runs terribly in forwards. So I'm going to clean that out one more time, then I'll put it all back together, and then that's the next time you'll see it. Got her all set up on the track. I think she'll run. Let's give it a quick test here. Okay. E unit clicked. Humming. It's a good sign. Okay. There we go. There we go. It is quite, I've noticed that it runs very, very well in reverse, but forward it makes a little bit louder of a noise, and if you stop it in a certain position, it doesn't like to take off, like you just saw. See? Runs perfectly in reverse. You see, it doesn't want to take off there. There it goes. So it's still running though. I'm really confused. Maybe this one just spent a lot of time in a store display window running in forwards only. I don't know. I do have to make a confession though. That is not her tender. Her tender is right here. You can tell by the wire. I'm going to have to make that its own separate video because this video is long enough. So my apologies if this video took forever. I'll try to get on it with this tender so you guys can see where the magic happens. You know, life got in the way. I'm just a kid and I got a life to live. So I'll do a couple quick shots of her pulling a train together and then I'll end the video. Oh, that's a short. There's a short somewhere. Oh, it's the freaking gondolas back there. I don't know about y'all, but those gondolas just always seem to hop the track. I think they need a little bit more weight in them. But it is a good runner. I'm just a little bit curious about that noise and why it doesn't take off in some spots, but it runs pretty nice. It's very responsive from the throttle. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll just break in. I don't know. Ooh, let me turn this stuff on. doing some work to the layout. You can hear that kind of noise. You can hear that noise I'm talking about. Alright, I hope all of you watching have a great day, whatever day of the week it is for you. And remember to keep the trains running. Thank you for watching Train Revival, and I will get to work on part 2 for this tender just as soon as I can. Excuse me. Put that at the end of the video, Nate. There it goes. Excuse me. Pardon me. Flying out like my kid in the back seat with no seatbelt on when I'm driving us to the liquor store.